It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this April 21st, 2025, Easter Monday. I hope everyone had a phenomenal Easter holiday. We're joined with Mr. Real Texan Politics and Mr. John Rose, the usual suspects.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so there was a lot to talk about today before the news we got earlier this morning. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, or something, right?
It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. It literally broke as I was about to go to bed. Because I'm kind of a night owl, to be honest.
Yeah. So I was asleep. But yeah, so for those that don't know, late last night, early this morning, Pope Francis officially died on Easter Monday at the age of 88. Now, we're not really surprised by this because he was dealing with some major health problems, but he lasted a lot longer than anyone thought. He was supposed to die a couple months ago, but he survived Easter, which, I think God gave him that chance to survive to Easter, because I don't think he wanted his church to be without a leader on the most holy day. So, yeah, Pope Francis is dead. F's in chat for Pope Francis. I don't care if you're Catholic or not. He represents what is like 1.2 billion Catholics or whatever, right?
Yeah,
No.
the
Yeah.
the biggest religion. That's the biggest Christianity denomination that there is.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
So,
my advice to non-Catholics is to just allow the mourning period to come and go. We all have a lot of opinions about Pope Francis, but some people in the Catholic Church, depending on if they attended certain camps or they went to Rome, some of them do have personal attachments to Pope Francis, and so it's like losing a friend for a lot of them. So just kind of respect that. And the if you want to have a real conversation about popes, usually it's easier when there's distance.
Yeah.
And my advice to the Catholics is based off of what I saw when I woke up this morning. Just maybe spend a week or two off of Twitter for Pascha.
We'll get to that because I'm
pretty bad.
I'm gonna be calling for primary challenge today. I've enough this shit. Because listen, everyone probably knows who it is, but we'll get to that in a second. But she has a long history of saying crap like this. So yeah. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content. And if you have any questions, concerns, or whatever, want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I read through as much chat as possible. Couple super chats to read through. K-Cub for 5. Rest in peace, Pope Francis. I may not have agreed on everything associated with him, but he was a kind man who helped many people. God rest his soul. Yeah, guys, I had my disagreements with Pope Francis. All right, I had mine. I think some of the interpretations on immigration was, let's just say, not correct based on scripture. But point is, I always believed he kind of had this weird, because he's from Latin America. So I think what happened was he doesn't really understand what was going on with immigration to America. Because, there's always this fantasy of, oh, these poor immigrants from, Colombia or whatever, they're escaping. But that's not what was going on. But that's what I think happened. And, again, I disagree with Pope Francis on that stuff, but he was still a good guy. And people make it sound like he was a horrible person, but it's no. He seemed like a really nice guy, but... Anyways, American Nerd for 2, rip Pope Francis. A Glitch Evie for 2. My Italian friend at 3 a.m. messaged me about it. American Nerd for 3. Is it too soon to talk about the Pope's successor? Well, the conclave begins, I think, next week. I
probably after the morning period.
Oh yeah, so probably a week, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I think there is a bishop that's still technically the head of the church right now. I think he's actually from Dallas, which is interesting.
Well, yeah, there's no one that's, when the Pope said there's no one technically in charge. But yeah, there's that guy that has to say stuff. But yeah. Yeah.
I tried to look for some silver linings with the election of a new Pope. And, well, one thing that I will note, not Trump, Pope Francis did change the composition of the Cardinal electorate, and he made it less... He made it less Eurocentric, and so one of the things I was noticing was that some of the cardinals he's elected are from deeply conservative countries. I'm not expecting cardinals elected from places like Rwanda or South Sudan to be particularly conservative. I know he elected a conservative one from Brazil, I think like that's one of the main things people are worried about is that like 2/3 of the people that are going to vote on the next pope were appointed by Pope Francis. But I'm also noting that it seems, based off of some like basic research, he has elected a lot of more. He's made the composition of the cardinal electorate way less European and more um, worldly, but a lot of the
Yeah.
countries being involved are from
It's a
conservative places.
it's a way more conservative electorate than it was 20 years ago. That's one of the things. Just look it up. Again, people are saying, "Oh, he's picking all these people from Africa that's liberal." Guys, some of these people he's picking are like they literally are against like gay, like they want to execute gay people. Like I'm not
Well, like,
exaggerating.
yeah, I
Yo,
mean,
what's going
uh,
on? What's going on?
we're talking about the succession to the Pope, and we're pointing out the fact that the people Pope Francis has like appointed to vote for the next Pope are not necessarily liberal. So yeah, I mean, like even if they were called liberal and they're from an African country, most African countries are really far ideologically right of most
Oh
of
no,
Europe.
yeah, like the African Catholics are
They don't
like,
piss around there. I mean, like
Like
yeah.
some of the most articulate objections to some of Pope Francis's actions actually came from um, high-ranking clergy in Africa, which is actually a really amusing
Yeah.
Coincidence.
I mean, guys, like
So,
look,
yeah.
guys, look up the cardinals from Africa. They listen. They don't piss around in Africa. They don't mess around. And I'm hoping it's one of them. I'm hoping for Pope Sarah, for example. Now, he's not from Africa, but you get the point that I'm hoping we get somebody that is actually really good.
Well, I mean,
I will
Guinea
say, Rap,
Guinea
I
is
do have a
Africa.
question.
What?
Does this technically count as a special election?
I'm gonna slap you in the face. I'm gonna slap you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean Pope Sarah wasn't born in Africa. I meant that there are other people that weren't born in Africa that could be good. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But
Yeah.
What
yeah.
are the odds of what's his name, Sura?
Sorry. Yeah.
What are the odds?
So
Yeah, what?
I think he's still eligible because Pope Francis died before June, I think it was. So he's still eligible to be the Pope. He can be, but I'm hoping for Pope Pizza. I'm hoping for the meme candidate, but that's.
I saw some people claim he was liberal,
Who?
so I'm not the pizza baller
Oh,
guy.
bullshit. He has like navigated the war in Israel like perfectly, and he's I think he supports TLM, which I personally fond of. So Pope Pizza. I personally, it's Pope Pizza, Pope Sarah, and there's one from Hungary that's really good. I can't think of his name. There's some really good ones, and we're probably getting more conservative Pope. It's a matter of how conservative. Again, when I say conservative, I'm not talking about left and right like in America, guys. The liberal, like Pope Francis, he's like considered far right in America. I don't get why people think when we
Well,
say
I wouldn't
like,
really say. Well, it depends on the issue. It's very issue
dude,
dependent.
gay marriage, abortion, all that stuff.
On immigration, he's very liberal, but like on
I'm talking about actual social issues.
well, yeah.
That's what I mean. American Nerd for 2. Why are people blaming Vance for helping the Pope? I saw that. Like
Because
yeah.
Vance met the Pope. That was like the last like I think that was like his last media appearance.
Yeah, it was.
The most ironic thing about that was that all of these people were trying to claim that Pope Francis didn't meet with Vance
Oh, that's
out
right.
of like disgust. So like that was the whole tune yesterday and the day before, and they were spending Easter trying to smear our vice president, which kind of tells you the character of these people. But then now they're not refusing to admit they met. Now, oh, they met, and JD Vance, he poisoned the Pope.
Yeah, you poisoned him. Oh yeah, sure. But yeah, so again, like with Pope Francis dying, we're not gonna know for who's gonna be the Pope for the next couple of weeks, if not months. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'm hoping for somebody like Pope Pizza or Pope Sarah. So pick one of those two, and the guy from Hungary. I think his name's
and
Erdo?
check the tweet. Yeah, show off the tweet that I sent as well. By the way.
Yeah, and you're not wrong about this. You're actually spot on.
My wish list is I don't care where they're from. I just want them to be nice to America.
Yeah, so, if Robert Serra becomes Pope, I'll put every left-winger that celebrates him as a symbol of racial equality, and every right-winger that calls him a DEI higher on a list. And they will be all ridiculed when they realize who Robert Serra truly is.
Speaking of the
Yeah.
papacy, did you see what Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Yeah, I
our
was about to mention
favorite
this. You know,
yeah,
listen,
that's horrible.
I think
Horrible
it's time.
shit.
Listen, it's one thing if she was talking about the WEF, which that's another story we gotta talk about real quick. So the WEF, he resigned.
Klaus
Dude,
Schwab
the
was-
WEF is such a like
I
non-issue.
know.
I don't know, like
Yeah,
it's like it's the most mega boomer thing possible. The WEF is like literally a TED Talk for world leaders.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's a forum.
It's
It's
If
not like
I'm-
it's just like this it's this like supranational body that controls everyone. Like it's not the
literally just like
WTO or
it's a
something.
boomer organization where all the people live or meet. That's all it is.
if I may say, he was not ready for the New World Order.
Oh, that meme is great. I love that meme.
But
Alright,
Yeah, you
anyways,
want to
anyways,
you want to
yeah.
know like that I know it's a big thing in Canada. Like one of Pierre's like staples for the election is that he won't let any of his MPs speak at the World Economic Forum. That's his entire like
bruh.
thing. He's like, we're standing up to them.
All right,
It's like-
Dillybot for 10. CNN reports that 61% of independents are okay with deportations. Wow. You're telling me this for the first time. K-Cub
Yeah.
for 2. Pope Pizza campaign slogan, no more pineapple 2025. You know, that's not a bad idea. Because whoever invented pineapple in a pizza, listen. Send them to the gulag. No, actually, the El Salvador prison. So, send them there. Go right ahead. But yeah, the WEF, like, I'm not saying they're a great organization. They still do some shitty stuff. But yeah, people make it sound like they're this great conspiracy where they run the world. No, they don't. It's a TED Talk for boomers. That's all it is. But okay, you know, let's talk about the thing that really irked me this morning. And a lot of people are not happy about this at all. Now listen, if she was referring to the WEF, it's one thing. But the way she said it, she's referring to both the WEF and the Catholic Church. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You got to remember too, MTG is someone who's had a history of anti-Catholic like statements.
She literally
Like-
said like 3 years ago, the church is ran by Satan. The pedophiles run the church. Basically, if
Wasn't she raised Catholic and
Yeah.
then she left the church and became evangelical?
Yeah. So this is what Taylor Greene says. Today there are major shifts in global leaderships. Evil is being defeated by the hand of God. Notice how she said in plural. Shifts in global leaderships. It's with an S, not just one thing. And again, like Luke was saying, she has a long history of saying some real bad stuff about Catholics. Like, really bad. Go look it up. It is ugly. But my question is, why would a sitting congresswoman say this? Why?
Because, I mean, something about a grand conspiracy or whatever.
You know, I'm calling for a primary challenger to Taylor Greene. Listen, I'm sick of her shit. I was already sick of her. Why would anyone support her? Why should anybody? She says
Kick her
this
out
about,
of the just kick her out of the party. That's
Yeah.
what we should do at this point.
she says this about the biggest religious institution in the world. And how many Americans are Catholic? Like,
No, and what religious demographic is swinging the most outside of Muslims? Which major religious like denomination is swinging the most towards Republicans? Yeah.
Catholics. Get rid of her.
Like, so she's legit like a liability. I said the same thing. We said the same exact thing when Purnima Nath locally in Milwaukee was like, when we were trying to get the Muslim vote like on board with us. When Purnima was out there posting stuff like all Muslims are terrorists and that the Muslims and Jews were colluding to remove her from her position.
Wait,
You
what?
know, like
She actually
Yeah.
said that?
yeah. No, she claimed that Turning Point had teamed up with the Muslims and Jews to remove her from her position. Yeah.
That's
You know,
Wisconsin
famous
GOP,
allies.
everybody.
The Muslims and the Jews, famous.
What, the
Famous ally.
Hindu nationalists?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, that's Wisconsin GOP. That's why we suck right now. That's what we have to deal with. Yeah, but this is what she said about Catholics. Yeah, there's 53 million Catholics in America right now. 53 million. And of all the religious demographics outside of Muslims, which we'll see what happens with them, they're all swinging Republican. Like it's like moving like 20 points Republican, and she says this. Why? Who do you gain from saying this stuff? Is there any voter that says, "Oh yeah, Taylor Greene, we love this"? Who says this?
Like QAnon
About
boomers. That's basically
the,
it.
I mean, there would have been an audience for this about, what was it, 60, 70 years ago.
More like
But
100
you know,
years ago.
a lot. I mean, around 60 years ago is when we elected
JFK. That's right. Yeah.
JFK. So we did the election of JFK, and JFK was the turning point where everybody said, "Okay, we like Catholics now." And so maybe like before we elected JFK, there would have been an audience for it, but after that, we all kind of just agreed, okay, Catholics are Americans. But I guess in the Deep South, we have a certain amount of allowance for it. I've heard some stories about Catholics being forced to become Baptists to marry people.
Oh fuck.
No, I mean, yeah, Georgia is like very. I mean, Catholics are almost non-existent in like.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no Catholics
And
in Georgia.
I mean, outside of like South Louisiana and like Texas.
Oh, we
in
have
Florida.
small pockets. There's a pretty famous group of Catholics
Florida,
in
a
like
lot of them
Birmingham,
are.
Alabama.
Oh yeah, Florida's a bunch of
in-
Catholics.
Oh yeah, obviously
There's a-
Florida. Yeah, Texas.
There's a famous
Louisiana.
pocket in Birmingham, Alabama. They actually like do recordings and stuff, I think, like some nuns or whatever.
Hmm.
And then yeah, no, I mean, in my local area we have Catholics. They're just not a large percentage of the population.
Right.
But yeah,
that's what I
no,
mean.
but yeah, there's some people who confuse American patriotism with anti-Catholicism, and they like pick up random quotes from the 18th and early 19th century to support that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't believe that is true. It's funny because I've been accused of being a nativist and a know nothing, which is a party that did hold
everyone knows who
anti-Catholic
that
sentiment.
is.
But it's really funny to me to be accused of that because I don't hold any of their characteristics, and one of those would be anti-Catholicism. So
Oh yeah, and guess who's
Um,
the top reply to Marjorie Taylor Greene?
What?
Gunter Eagleman.
Oh gosh. We will beat the deep state. I'm getting sick of these people.
Gunther Eagleman and Hunter Eagleman. Like those have to be fake names. Like there's no way that their fucking parents named one kid Gunter and then the other dude Hunter. There's no and they're
What?
In the replies, I found the Democrat candidate against Marjorie Taylor
Can you send
Greene.
it? Can you send it?
Yeah.
Wait, Marcus Flowers going again, or is there a different
No,
one?
it's Clarence Blalock.
Oh gosh, another one. Where do they keep
Yeah.
finding these people from? It's like every.
I wonder
it's
if
like,
we're gonna get a competitive primary between Flowers and this guy.
I don't think Flowers is running again, but like, yeah, this guy's got 1.5K followers, and he's got his Act Blue page up.
he's running. Chris Creator for 5. A woman with the WEF give a speech saying the coming order, the American middle class is going to have to get used to a lower standard of living. Yeah, again, the WEF is a bad organization. I'm not denying that, but they really don't control anything. It's just where all the boomers.
No, I don't even care. Who cares? Like, Klaus Schwab.
aren't we defunding them?
Yeah,
didn't we literally defund them?
Yeah, they're out of money.
We should. Well, yeah, we should be giving them money, but like this idea that they're like this shadow organization that's running everything. No, first of all, if they're broadcasting all of their forums live, they're doing a pretty bad job at like hiding their intentions.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I never understood with that. It's not like it's this super secret meeting. Anyone can watch their live streams every time they have meeting. Like they talk about Davos being this like secret getaway. It's like they live stream the whole thing. It's not like they're like. It's not like it's some secret summit where
the malicious end to it is that people that are in charge of our lives in DC and other places pay close attention to what these people say. They shouldn't, and they were stupid for ever paying attention to what they say. But it's that's just the shameful part. It's not really their secrecy, but their malicious influence over our elected leaders. I think that's the problem.
Dillybot for 5. No gods, no kings, only man. Embrace objectivism. Oh gosh, not this crap again.
Bro, like every single time someone comes up like this and tries to defend objectivism this way, it's like the most cringe thing possible. Like, don't you like immediately like imagine like the early 2010s like Reddit atheist, 300 pounds, like, fedora, half shaved beard. Like, yeah, no. Like, bro, can you just stop? I'm not saying like, oh, you have to stop believing in objectivism. What I'm saying is just like, can you stop being like that cringe about it?
No, I am saying you have to stop believing in objectivism because it's such a terminally on. I know Ayn Rand existed before the internet, but she was like a terminally online person before its time. Like objectivism is a terminally online like position. Like find someone in the real world with objectivist like views. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cake up for 2, WEF stream. Meanwhile, back at the Legion of Evil. That's literally what it is. It's literally just like a public viewing of like the Legion of Evil. And they're a bunch of dumbasses. Yeah. So, anyone got anything else to say?
Putin used to speak at the WEF.
I guess my cap on the Francis thing, instead of talking about anything Francis has done, just talk about the future. And
Yeah.
I think anybody, the Catholic or not, if you're Christian, you should pray for the end of the persecution of kind of more traditional churches in the Catholic Church.
I mean,
They've had a lot of pressure, they've had a lot of pinching, and I don't care what you think about Pope Francis. For the future, I will pray for Catholic leadership that allows people to worship the way they have been since the Mass of Pope St. Gregory the Great was basically invented, 1,500 years ago. So,
I'm just hoping that I should say hope. I'm just getting frustrated, like the same people, every time something happens with like Catholics or whatever, it's like any religious holiday, like Easter or whatever, it's the same people that come on the woodwork every time, and they're always making up like the Catholic Church and the grand conspiracy. They're actual pagans, they were inspired by like the Germanic peoples or something. It's like, shut
well, like
the hell up.
the funniest thing is like when they like point at like Catholic iconography or like decorations, and they're like, "Whoa, this looks like a Freemason symbol." Like, bro, where do you think the Freemasons got the design from?
Yeah, it's like who do you think they got the inspiration from? It's like, oh, a cool logo, we'll steal it.
No, so like a lot of Protestants, they see Freemason imagery, and because they have whitewashed, completely desolate churches with no decorations whatsoever, no art, no sense of rich presence of God in their lives, they just like they see like symbols that have been used by the church for
stained
thousands
glass
of years.
windows are satanic. Stained glass windows
They
are
they,
satanic.
they see symbols that have been used within the church for thousands of years, and they're like, "Whoa, Freemasonry."
Didn't Saint Luke literally like make a painting of Mary or something?
He was the first. Excuse me. He carved out of wood an image of Christ.
Oh, I'm sure I'm sure he knows nothing about the church. I'm sure Saint Luke knows nothing. All right, I'm sure that Pastor Bob knows more than him.
It's an extra biblical tradition, which is why they can pretend it didn't happen.
Friggin' dumbasses. It's like, I don't get how people can say they know more than the apostles or like the early church fathers. I don't get that. It's like, how? How can you say that?
I will say that.
Oh gosh. Dillybot for 5. Democracy got us to this point. Democracy leads to communism. Kind of. Democracy is a scam mostly.
I wouldn't say I just think democracy. Well, I mean, as someone who kind of involved in politics, shouldn't be saying it, but yeah, democracy is pretty stupid sometimes. If you get involved and door knock and talk to voters as much as I have, you start realizing how much of a joke democracy is. That's what I'll say.
It's the people that knew Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure Pastor Jimmy knows more than the people that knew Jesus. Yeah.
Anyways, so a couple of things going on today. So the White House Easter egg roll is happening today. So you saw Trump, drawing in a coloring book with children. So that's going to be a source of memes for the next few weeks.
I saw the Easter Bunny was on the balcony.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think I actually saw a meme from Prison Mitch of Trump coloring a JD Vance meme of like the fat JD Vance with the curly hair.
Oh gosh. But yes.
And also,
speaking of that fat JD Vance in Vegas, I love that edit.
But yeah, speaking of Democrats,
and speaking of Vance, he's in India right now.
Yeah, he's meeting with the Prime Minister. Yeah. Speaking of that, India's putting tariffs on China, I think. So.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I think BRICS is done. I guess
Yeah.
BRICS isn't.
I
I
don't
guess the
think.
This is-
dollar isn't dead.
BRICS bros, are we still on the lifeline, bros?
Yeah, I don't think BRICS is gonna last much longer. Yeah, India to impose 12% tariff steel to limit cheap imports from China. When even India's having enough of the cheap imports.
Like, I mean, I may be wrong about
Ugh.
this, but my perception of this is basically India wants to eat up a bunch of Chinese industry.
Yeah.
They want all these Chinese factories to move to India and to like take all of their resources.
Yeah, just take it. Well, I mean, it's like, listen.
Speaking of economics, it looked like the Dow like nosedive today. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
because of some trade stuff and the freaking Fed being dumbasses like usual.
It's the truth economy.
Yeah, the troop economy, even though inflation's down. So, cake up for 5. My Lutheran grandpa this weekend went, "My faith follows the Bible." My Catholic dad responded, "Oh, you mean the book the people of my faith wrote?" Well, I mean, just the whole like, I hate interdenominational slap fights because 95% of the time it's like the dumbest thing ever. It's like, just pick up a history
No,
book.
it's like these denominations agree on like 90% of everything, but I don't know. I just think interdenominational fighting is just so stupid,
Now,
especially when like
Now, let's be clear. I'm talking about actual denominations, not freaking Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever. I'm talking
The,
about like
the
actual.
only the only thing that interdenominational spats prove is just how deeply uncatechized every single person is.
Yeah.
Catholics are deeply uncatechized, Lutherans, whoever, like pick any denomination. Most of the people in America and across the world right now do not understand their own faith, which is why I always promote, theological literacy. Go learn your God lore. Like pick up, I don't care what church you go to, but pick up like 1 or 2 books from your church that explain what the hell you believe, so you can actually explain what you believe.
Yeah, because like it's not these straw man things of like, oh, the church was created by Constantine in 325. Just look up basic history.
the church was created by Billy Bob in 1987.
Well, that's basically what people are saying. They're basically saying like the church is fake beforehand or something. It's like, yeah, no. And Ari for 5. Symbolic that the Pope died the day after Easter Sunday. Death is not the end. Filipinas. Did I just say?
Oh,
Did I just?
yeah.
Did I? Chat.
Yes.
Did I just say that?
Move on.
Listen. Chat. I did not say those words. John, say something quick so I can get off this topic.
Just read
Symbolic
the
that the
chat.
Pope died the day after Easter Sunday. Death is not the end. Philippians 1 verse 21. For to me, life is Christ and death is gain.
Thank you, because I actually said the. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna live that one down for a while. Clip that. Yeah, it's where it got clipped. Thank you, John, for saving.
I will say I can't wait. Like I'm still looking at the stock shit. I can't wait for the next few weeks when deals start being made. Like the stock market's gonna immediately, like everyone's just gonna forget the dip happened. Like it's gonna be like,
Have someone else read chats. No, I know the fucking book. I said I just had to slip the tongue. Oops.
rap is cooked. He's
Yeah,
cooked.
a glitch even for 2 clip
On
guys.
that their dang book of the Filipinos, for
Filipinos.
121.
Filipinos.
Listen, just okay. Let's move on. I'm retarded. Anyways, enough of that. The rap loves Filipino women. Listen. I did not realize he was mentioning the book in the. Oh gosh. Okay, you know
Guys,
what?
we need to bring back. If my YouTube channel gets 300 subs, I will bring back the Rap No Context Twitter account.
Oh gosh. Love that new rap song. F Democrats. What? But yeah, so it looks like BRICS is gonna die. So yeah, so much. Remember when everyone was saying that BRICS is gonna take over the world?
BRICS is just gonna be Russia and China now. That's
Yeah.
what, and maybe like Brazil.
Yeah, because
It's just always been a tumultuous relationship. They, for the purpose of necessity and isolation, India and China have tried to cooperate. But again, you actually look at their
Under
relationship.
Biden, they did a lot. I know.
Like China and India have almost had like permanent border disputes. I don't know if you guys knew
yeah,
that.
they always have that. They hate
They
each
do.
other.
But like,
I can confirm.
But like my point is like it's like they've never had like perfect relationships, and now it seems like Modi, who's very, as we know, very favorable to Trump, and Vance coming with his literal Indian wife over to India. It seems like we're going to make a deal, and India is very prepared to just take as much from China as they can.
By the way, it's Philippians 1:21. There, I said it. So check and stop
No,
saying
but
I don't know
it
that.
almost seems like India like changes their opinion on China based on who's in the White House. Like, because under Biden, they got pretty close to China. Like, they were like, I know they started trading in like the Chinese yuan, like for international trade. Like, and but then the second Trump got in, now they're doing
Well,
tariffs
like,
and shit.
what I'll say is, like, as much as I don't want Indians flooding both the internet and the United States of America, and that's just a simple. Let's like that's a simple math equation. There's a third of a billion of us, and there's a billion of them. I don't want them to flood it because there's way more of them than there are of us. It's not even a racist thing. It's just like like do math, do basic arithmetic. This doesn't end well. But regardless of that, it actually is kind of a natural alliance if you think about it for an Anglo like based country to have an alliance with India. Ever since the United Kingdom became irrelevant, we've just been they've probably been just kind of waiting for us to take up the mantle and on the world stage. And I could see America and India doing a really good job together, like the British Empire used to do with India, and maybe
Yeah,
we'll
and
treat them a little bit better.
speaking of what you were saying on like on the internet thing, I do want to point out I saw this the other day. Um, apparently, like so many of them are monetized on X that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's like payout day in India is like this holiday. Like people were like people searched up like hashtag payout day and there were like a million Indian accounts and like bot accounts like in like Mumbai
You
and
know,
like Uttar
it,
Pradesh just like
in my opinion,
payout.
I hope Musk kind of says like, okay, enough of that. Like, either restrict it only America and like Western countries, or just say like it's based off of standard living. Because I don't think it's fair for like,
Because that's lowering all of the Americans' bills when like
yeah.
these like Indian bot accounts are getting all this money. Like, imagine how much money like American creators
Oh
could get
yeah,
if
I
like
would
it
be getting
wasn't
like I
good.
probably would give like 10 times the amount probably.
You know what that reminds me of? So, a Doge designer tweeted out that X is now the #1 news app on the App Store in India,
Oh
and I basically said that means, oh yeah, that means more insert name news
yeah,
commentary
more
accounts.
slop accounts. It's more
More
slop.
more like Western neo-nationalists who are actually run out of like Mumbai or New Delhi.
No, what is it?
But
Inevitable West. You know that account? Inevitable
Oh, he's
West.
fucking hilarious, dude.
All right.
by the way, what I mean by the news commentary, I mean like the what is it, the Kai Trump commentary, the Barron Trump
Yeah, it's these
commentary.
shitty
That's
like
just fucking creepy, dude.
No,
That's
Inevitable
not
West
beating the
is the
stereotype.
funniest thing though, because he'll call out like Islam in Europe, and then every once in a while he'll like post like Hindus in India being attacked by Muslims. And it's like bro's trying to be on the
Well,
team, you know? Like bro
well, right.
thinks he's on the
So with these people, these accounts, they pretend to be Western, and they're trying to import third world conflicts, like ones between Muslims and Hindus in India, into our public space, and it's both inappropriate, but
Purnima
also
Nath.
like the surface level stuff's one thing, but it's the subversive stuff that I really worry about, you guys. And I think you guys should all remind everybody around you. Listen, the number of people from the third world that live on the internet has gone up by hundreds of millions, and they are all trying to influence what you believe. And I think this is part of why we have some really stupid, insane people on the fringes, is because basically they're echoing and repeating things that either A, rich Muslims are telling them, or B, floods of Indians are telling them, and then they're getting really stupid opinions based off of what these people believe. So just really like guard yourself from these accounts, because an anonymous account, it's more likely to have brown hands typing it than it is like anything else. And I'm just gonna be honest,
right.
just gonna be really
Well,
Yeah,
honest
those
with you.
those anon accounts
favorite,
arguing about the Israel conflict are all either like Qatari or Indian. Like
Yeah,
Well,
the
yeah,
rule of
that's my point. It's like it's both sides of the conflict. Both the pro-Israel and anti-Israel side of the conflict are dominated by people who are not us.
All right. Simple logic for 10. Jackson Hinkle takes our agent like milk. Bricks clearly take over the dollar, right, Jackson? Right? Just trust the plan, bro. Also, MTG only gets on her knees for her trainer.
By the way, that reminds me of a reply I got to my tweet. Can't wait for Ewan Van's news commentary to tell me about how many Ukrainian children Russia has slaughtered in defense. Ewan Vance, by the way, that's JD's like 7-year-old son.
Oh gosh, don't even
You're
start.
you're gonna see one of those Indian accounts make like a news commentary account of Ewan of like Vance's like 5-year-old kids.
Oh my gosh, American Nerd for 3.
that-
Should Trump or Vance go to Pope Francis's funeral? I don't want to politicize it. I don't know. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's customary for them to do so. I think.
Yeah, if
when
world
when-
leaders go, then yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
mean,
saying,
when,
like, because
Pope-
the problem
when
is,
Pope
like, people
John-
would be like, oh, you know, the Trump's there, he killed the Pope or something. He was involved in a conspiracy because
I
the
mean, when Pope
Illuminati.
John Paul II died, I think you had George Bush there, you
I
had
guess.
Bill Clinton. I think
They're making a
Clinton was
bunch
there
of
too,
memes.
so.
They're making a bunch of memes of Vance. They're saying that meets JD Vance, dies of cringe. Like they're like it's saying this stuff.
I
all
did
these
see
really-
one of the fat JD Vance with the curly hair saying you should have said please. to the
Oh
Pope.
gosh,
I hate that.
And
That one's like the worst one, I think.
these are all legitimately.
No,
I literally,
you know who
as
knows
I'm
the
s-
worst one is John Rose. I've showed him the worst one, and that thing still scars him, dude.
well, okay, yeah, but anyways, I just like block these accounts on site. Like when I see them posting these things, it's really bad.
All right, so we gotta talk about the what the stream was supposed to talk about today before all the shit happened. So everyone knows who Rasmussen is, right? Charlie.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Rasmussen pollster. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I know some people don't like them, but guys, they're not a fake pollster. They're fairly good. They're not perfect.
I mean, they were the most accurate poll in 24 in the swing states and
Yeah.
national. They said Trump +2 the whole election, and that's what it rounded
Yeah,
to.
so Rasmussen, sometimes they have some big F's. That's the thing with Rasmussen. They're either spot on or they're off by 20 points. That's them in a nutshell. But the thing with Rasmussen is they're a daily tracker for approval. And right now, according to Mark Mitchell, the head pollster for the Rasmussen, right now, Trump is back to where he was at inauguration day for his approval. Wow, remember when everyone was saying that Trump was collapsing and like he was at -30 or whatever? Remember that?
Wrong.
What?
I think in reality, his approval is probably just around like 50-50 right now. Like, I think it's like flopped in between the days. Like, because if you average out like most of the polls, because some polls show him severely underwater,
Yeah,
some show him slightly
shit.
above. I think it's probably around 50-50, counting the usual bias against him in the polls.
Let's see. Let me pull the trends. Glitch Evie for 2. Her trainer is that what Kevin McCarthy's known. Oh gosh. Yeah. She did things with McCarthy. That's all we know. Rasmussen poll. There we go. Yep, okay, so Trump's approval right now is at +6 right now. It's currently +6. Just a reminder that a couple weeks ago it was like +2. Before the trade war, it was like +2 or 3. So it's better than it was before the trade war. I'm wondering, are we seeing like the Trump's approval go up because the MS-13 stuff? Is that part of it?
It could be part of it. It could be part of people liking his pro-Christian message in Easter.
Maybe.
It could be because of people noticing the trade deals are going to work out. We're apparently right on the precipice of getting a deal with Japan done. There could be a number of things, but I think it's mostly like now that the basically insane part of the trade thing is over, people are kind of like getting used to the idea that we're going to rebalance all trade, and I think a lot of people like the idea of having fixed trade deals with the world.
And I'm not talking about bullshit trade deals where you lose everything. Real deals where we actually win. All right.
I think the Democrats like dying on the hill of defending a member of MS-13
That was
in
the
Congress.
stupidest thing. And you see, there's more of them going down there. There's like 3 of them now.
Yeah.
There's like 3 congressmen and women. They're going down there after it's exposed. Oh yeah, he has specific tattoos. He's wearing the hat. He wasn't he like a car with one of them too, or something?
Oh yeah, did you guys hear Senator Van Hollen I saw this morning he was claiming the margaritas were planted by the El Salvadorian government.
Listen, when they start talking like that, it's a lie. They're caught in a lie. They're full of
The
shit.
the new de facto leader of the Democratic Party, everybody, Chris Van Hollen.
It was Cory
All,
Booker. Now it's this clown.
all because he met with fucking MS-13 team member.
Those nefarious El Salvadorians putting margaritas on my table.
Oh yeah, now they want to cut aid, and I think they probably want to invade it. They probably want to invade El Salvador to install a new leader.
Oh yeah, they want to. They want to coup it. But
Did you see? I don't remember his name, but there was this one Democrat in Congress who was like, "Hey, you guys should be more careful because we're going to be really evil to you when we're back in power.
Wait, what?
If you support Trump." Yeah, I saw this yesterday. I'll have to go look it up. But like, a Democrat was threatening foreign countries that cooperated with Trump and saying, "Hey, we're going to be really mean to you when we're back in power."
Please send this.
Let me find it real quick.
All right, Cherokee Bear for 5. I just asked them if they wanted to go to Nickelodeon, a Catholic Church, or the Lincoln Project. I would say Catholic Church.
Oh, something else to discuss. The Joe Biden Easter picture.
What about it?
People are claiming it's photoshopped. I don't think it actually is, but it is weird
Just
to see
send it.
Biden wearing.
It was Jamie Raskin here.
Hold up, it was
Oh, yeah.
Jamie Raskin?
Yeah.
Guys, for those that live under a rock, Jamie Raskin's the number 2 guy in the Democrat House. The Democrats in the House. He's number 2. And he's saying this, when we come back to power, we're not going to look kindly to those that support Trump. Wow. Just, wow. Democracy. And, oh my gosh, I don't really look at this picture. You know what, should we look at should we analyze this picture, see if it's fake or not?
Okay, so I don't think it actually is, but it is weird to see Biden wearing a suit, like his regular old suit, to Easter gathering.
Okay,
But
so
even then, I mean,
let's pull this up. So I got the picture here. This was a picture that posted, the Easter photo. And why is he... Yeah, he's wearing a suit. Yeah, because I don't think he never wears suits when it's like family stuff. He's usually something different.
Bro, that looks photoshopped as
That looks
mess, I'm going to be
photoshopped.
honest.
That looks photoshopped.
yeah, I mean, he's got his arm. He's got like his arm around like some. I'm guessing that's his grandson or something.
Just the angle that's weird. He doesn't look right. The color looks a little bit off. Because notice like the shades of, like, I know that he has darker blue on, but you can tell like the lighting looks off. It's like a different picture. That looks fake. Yeah, this is a real picture, by the way. This is a real thing that Joe Biden posted on his Twitter account. This is real. All right, this is a real picture. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, I can give the benefit of the doubt. I guess his arm is kind of covered up by Joe Biden, but I mean,
This looks so fake.
and he's got like his. Although it's weird, you see like his fingers behind like his. I don't know if that's his like nephew or grandson's neck.
It's like, it's strange. K-Cup for 5. Raskin just said other countries will destroy any trade deals, peace treaties, and anything good you and Trump did because democracy. Well, speaking of democracy, you guys hear the new tagline for the Democrat Party?
Democracy is communism.
Well, let me pull this up. Because, I gotta pull this up. Yeah. So, I made a short on this a couple days ago, but for those that don't know, David Hogg is the vice chair of the Democrat Party. Everyone knows this, right? Everyone knows who David Hogg is.
Deferred vice chair because he's a
white.
white guy.
Yeah.
So white man.
David Hogg went on CBS News and he said, and this is real, this is not a fake thing. He said, democracy is what put us through school shooter drills and school shootings. It's what put us through the climate crisis and so much more.
He's right about democracy, but for the wrong reasons, let's just say.
He is now saying that democracy is a threat to democracy. That's when they say stuff like that, that's what they mean. They're saying that democracy is a threat to democracy. Oh my gosh. Like, are we at a point now where, like, they're just openly saying, yeah, we hate democracy?
We need, in this house, we believe communism.
That's basically what we're heading towards. Climate crisis. Yeah. Yeah, how long have they say we had a climate crisis for? Like 50 years? No, right?
Eh,
Polar bears were supposed to be extinct by now, remember?
Oh yeah, remember the freaking ice caps were supposed to be melted 20 years ago. Remember?
pretty sure Al Gore said that the world would have ended sometime around this time. I don't know.
I thought he said that the ice caps would have melted by 2010. I think he said. Yeah. Oh, they're all gone.
No, Florida should be underwater, yet John Rose is still on here. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
John,
going
you
on.
live?
That's
Are
so
you flooded right now?
crazy. That's so crazy, man.
I know, man. It's crazy.
John, you alive? Are you in Florida?
Dude,
Like,
I honestly think Al Gore probably just predicted Florida would be underwater because he was pissed about losing.
yeah, probably.
That's probably
Yeah, it's like,
actually.
fuck you, Florida. You're gonna be underwater because I said so. All right, Mike for 2. What kind of pizza is Pope Pizza? Like, what type?
I guess I don't know, margarita pizza like what they got in Italy.
No, it would be a good pizza like a deluxe or Meat Lovers. It'd be a good one. Yeah. John Rose on a boat. Yeah, John, are you on a boat right now because it's flooded in Florida? Yeah.
Let's go with Pope rap. Draft rap for Pope.
Oh gosh.
Gonna happen.
All right. More like a climax crisis. Well, again, like I'm not even saying climate change is fake. It's not. It just like they're full of shit about climate change. Look at actually what climate change is. Like, yeah, climate changes. I'm not denying that, but they're making it sound like, oh, you know, if we stop flying planes, we'll stop the CO2 emissions. Like,
By the way, who do you think's gonna succeed Klaus Schwab at the WEF?
it'll be somebody worse, probably. It's be somebody.
Does he have a son or something? I don't know.
Who freaking knows? Listen, those organizations, they always pick somebody worse, never better. It's always a
Because
downgrade.
thankfully George Soros' son isn't going to reproduce, but the problem is that I think he's still in like his 30s or 40s or something. So we're stuck with him forever.
Real. Climate change isn't going to be a problem for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Well, I get climate change is real, but it's like, it's not this idea where it's like, oh, you know, it's all, you take it, you sit down, and that causes climate change. That's bullshit. But yeah, like,
I mean, I think a realistic solution to climate change would not be to make every single car electric, but
you know,
maybe there's some tankers in the world that emit more pollution than every car in the world combined. Maybe do something about those tankers.
oh, I have a better idea. Deal with fucking China and India. I mean, did Trump
Yeah,
post about
that's
this?
actually the best idea. They're the ones causing. Like, if you ever look at, I mean, China's somewhat improved, but India is not doing good.
I think
And
Trump
once
like posted
Africa
about
industrializes,
this.
it's going to be an even bigger disaster.
Yeah.
It's racist to blame it on China and India.
This is a real post by Trump. He said, a gift from China, the Pacific Ocean. And he's not wrong. Look at this shit. Do you think this is from America? Like, you notice how they always stem this as, oh, we Americans caused it. Who in their right mind dumps stuff in the water in America? Does anybody? It's always China and India and, like, Bangladesh and whatever. They're the ones dumping the shit in the water. And, in my opinion, this is a real threat to the world. Like, this is a real threat. Not what America does where, oh, you drive a car around? Yeah.
You drive a car instead of walkable cities.
Yeah, you don't walk 85 miles to the
Cars instead of
hospital.
dumping all your trash into your rivers.
Yeah, you don't. How dare you walk from Houston to El Paso instead of
Yeah, you got a bike there.
No, walk from LA to
So,
go.
I kind of missed out on the first half of this conversation, but I do have a couple things to say about pollution. They're trying to crap all over our new initiative to bring back clean coal. Couple things. Number one, the clean coal mining actually produces materials we need for steel manufacturing. So this is actually kind of one of those things where if we want to make more steel, we need to mine more coal. Second thing, we have the cleanest coal factories in the world. And the reason that's important is because if we're exporting energy to other countries and we're keeping them from processing their coal, we're actually keeping the environment cleaner because we will always burn it cleaner than they will. It's going to get burned regardless. But if we do it before China or if we do it before some third world country, we're going to make a cleaner product than they do. So let us make energy, please.
All right, hold up. We got breaking news. According to NPR, which this could be bullshit.
It's White House begun to search for a new Secretary of Defense. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
He
I
just
call
praised
bullshit.
hex theft today.
Yeah, guys,
Today.
I remember, didn't they literally say the same thing back in, like, January? Where it's like, Trump is going to abandon Hegseth. And Hegseth literally got called for Trump that day to say, don't back down. Yeah, I call bullshit. Unless Trump says he's full of shit. Because, hey, guys, the signal story is nothing. Immediately, Sean Parnell, what's his position again? Sean Parnell at the Pentagon? The guy that makes all the statements. What's his name? What's it called again? Sean Parnell. Yeah, it's the spokesman. He's like in charge of like public affairs. He literally said that day that the new signal stuff, it's nothing. Again, nothing classified. It's just him and his family talking.
Yeah, here from C-SPAN. Trump was asked about hex theft. Ask the Houthis how much dysfunction there is. There's none. Pete's doing a great job. Everybody's happy with him.
Yeah, guys, Trump is not. Listen, Trump is a person who'll shit on you in public. If you suck your job and he knows it, he's gonna shit on you. But he's not. So this idea that he's gonna get rid of Hegseth, yeah, no, that's fake. Trump would have made a post already. You know he loves to be dramatic in public with his fires. Yeah, that's the thing with Trump. It's like he always fires somebody publicly. It's never a private.
You're fired.
I mean, guys, what can anyone name a single firing of Trump that he was not public? Can anyone name one? He always fires people publicly. He's like, you're shit at your job. Get out of here. Yeah, Trump would have made this post well. Yeah, he would have already said something. He would have said, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. But he didn't. So, this is bullshit. Let's see. That's straight from Newswire. Could be a BS just reporting the headline. Yeah, that's the thing. Let's look what NPR actually...
Oh yeah, slow news.
Yeah, every time it's... Let's see.
Doesn't Haley fan support Palestine right now or something? I don't
Who
fucking
freaking knows?
I mean, this guy's a mentally ill, like, resist lib for... I think he is a progressive. That's just LARPs is a... I think he's like an AOC 2028 type that LARPs is a neocon.
SoCal Loom for 2. Is Tyrone overseas? I don't know. Okay, yeah, the NPR story is bullshit. So I gotta pull it up here. So this is what it says. The White House began the process of looking for a new Secretary of Defense, according to a U.S. official who is not authorized to speak publicly. Guys, did they literally fire people for leaking stuff illegally? For making stuff up? I thought there's a big stink about that. Like, one of the people that leaked stuff, that he was actually full of shit. He was lying about it. I could be wrong,
I just saw a clip of Trump with the coloring book.
Oh, gosh.
I drew the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck before.
Let's see. This comes as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth continues to find himself mired in controversy. NPR has also confirmed the same official that Hegseth... Okay, yep, it's bullshit. Because Sean Parnell, the spokesman for the Pentagon, he literally said this is a bullshit story. He literally said this, Sean Parnell. Where are you at? There it is. Yeah, right here. Sean Parnell said this. Okay, NPR was claiming, oh, the official confirms it was a leaked story. This is what Sean Parnell said. The spokesman for the Pentagon. Another day, another old story, back from the dead. The Trump-hating media continues to be obsessed with destroying anyone committed to Trump. This time, the New York Times and all the other fake news are enthusiastically taking the grievances of disgruntled former employees. So, it sounds like it's former employees making shit up. There's no classified information in this new signal chat. No matter how many ways they try to write the story, what is true that the office of the Secretary of Defense is continuing to become stronger. So, okay. We heard about this a couple days ago for those that haven't. A bunch of Defense officials, they got fired. And they're pissed off with Trump. So they can shit up. Don't listen to a damn word from the NPR. Not from the New York Times. Unless Sean Parnell or Trump says anything, this story's bullshit. So, what are you guys' thoughts?
I think that they very desperately want to get rid of
Oh, yeah.
Secretary Pete Hegseth because of some of the most compromised individuals in the Pentagon are being fired. The top staff are being fired. We're actually clean. Look, again, it's this thing. When you clean up the swamp fights back, and they're very upset about the turn of events that are going on. The same people that are trying to undermine, compromise, and thwart President Trump's efforts to fix the country are now going anonymously over to these news sites to try and undermine one of his strongest soldiers. Also, remember, these people also, not just people being fired, but people that just want war because they get paid money when we go to war, are upset that we have not started a war with Iran and that Secretary Hegseth has been a part of us not going to war with Iran.
Yeah.
And that's why they're upset.
Yeah, it's a bullshit
Yeah, what's
story.
going on with Hegseth? I saw.
Okay, the
just got-
NPR ran by Newswire, which ran by a dumbass. He is claiming he's pushing the NPR headline of they're trying to get rid of Hegseth, they're searching for a new Secretary of Defense. You read the article and take it, guys. It's a bullshit anonymous source that is probably somebody got fired. And it's just, and again, Sean Purnell publicly said there's no classified stuff, it's bullshit. And yeah.
I know too that Newswire is run by a gay thirst trap account, by the way.
Yeah, it's
It is real.
Haley
it's
fan,
Haley fan, yeah.
Gay thirst trap account, yeah.
I mean, like, don't trust Newswire. They're full of shit. They're full of so much shit. Like, have they ever told the truth about anything?
Newswire, yeah, no, Newswire has it. Dude, like, even their election code, they had a Newswire Elects account. That one was actually decent. They had, like, an election-related one back in 2022, but that one was run by, like, not just Haley fan, but they had, like, a whole group chat on Discord that was, like, half liberals, half conservatives. So, like, that one was, like, to cover the 22 midterms. So that, back then, Newswire was actually pretty decent because it was, like, run by a group of people. Now it's just run by one guy,
Yeah.
who again is a gay thirst trap account on Twitter. So good luck getting reliable news from that account, you know?
Yeah, so I found the video of Trump, like, drawing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're gonna criticize Trump for this. He's literally just drawing with a bunch of kids. Oh my gosh. It's just me, or does Trump like do the most random things ever? Like, he always does the most random shit possible. It's like, oh yeah, I'm drawing with kids. Did he do this in his first term also? Did he do something like this before? Where he went to a school and did the same thing? It's like the most random thing I've ever seen.
We got an announcement for someone running for governor of Georgia.
What?
It's Jason Esteve
Who?
as a state senator.
Oof. Let's see. Newswire report on a fake poll that said Trump was hated by Puerto Ricans. Oh yeah, I remember that! Yeah, Trump was gonna lose Florida because of Puerto Ricans. I remember that. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable.
Wait, wasn't there that one poll that had like Florida Puerto Ricans like 85-15?
They had it like 1% for Trump.
That is like the worst poll of all time.
No, worst polls and Seltzer in the New Hampshire poll.
What was your New Hampshire poll? Which one?
It was the one that had Harris up by 25.
Oh yeah, I would say like the most devastating poll of all time for someone's reputation is Dan Seltzer's Iowa poll.
100%.
I think that ruined her reputation. I think she's done.
Well, no, she's actually doing another. I think she started a new polling firm. So yeah,
Doesn't she do internal polls for Dems now?
yeah,
I
she
thought
does. Great.
No, I remember how JB Pritzker like knew about the poll like
Yeah, it's like
24 hours.
Well, there's a lawsuit filed where it's like, oh yeah, the Pritzker knew about it. He was like telling people about it before it's released. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why he knew about it. Hendon Hooker stand for 2. Is a Haley fan an ex-Indian or oh gosh, is it Indian or Qatari?
No, Haley fan is a homosexual from the United Kingdom. He's not Indian. Yeah.
I think he's like a progressive as well, like a hardcore progressive, but
And you support Nikki Haley?
No, it's a hardcore progressive who's like a neocon. Like, it's like the fucking meme of like Holden Blood Feast Stan. That's what he is, literally. Like,
I think it's like I think the way he is like he's probably a progressive. I mean, he's a progressive that just like disguises himself as a neocon. I guess he's like trying to be, I guess, a parody of the guy from the Netherlands, Richard Smith. That's the one.
Oh gosh, that guy's a bigger meme somehow.
I mean, that guy is like an actual neocon, but he's like,
They're all
no, no, Richard Smith isn't. That dude has been doing those parody things since like 2008 of like different politicians. Like, Richard Smith isn't like a legit neocon. I don't think he even has politics. I think he's just a meme account. Like, there's records of him doing this shit of other politicians back to like 2008 on like online. So
all right. So anyways,
so was he like Sarah Palin? Well, Stan wasn't really a term back then, but
yeah. Speaking of this, so everyone knows that it was Easter, right? Everyone
Yeah.
knows Easter. Oh, so this is supposedly a church in let's see, in St. Petersburg, Florida, a Methodist church. Oh gosh, you can probably already know where this is going. So apparently,
yeah, they have the pastor with pronouns.
yeah. Apparently they lit a candle wrapped in barbed wire in honor of the alleged Garcia during his Easter church service. We continue to pray for Garcia, who the Supreme Court has ordered must be returned home. Scripture tells us that on Good Friday, Jesus promised oh my gosh.
They're making him the Democrat Jesus.
Well, yeah, I mean, they want to be able to riot. They want be able to do violence, and they need reasons. And Garcia possibly, Carmelo possibly. They're trying to find the right person to excuse large-scale terrorism, violence this summer, and they're having trouble because Garcia represents every evil thing that we oppose in mass migration. He represents human trafficking. He represents drugs. He represents domestic abuse and violence against Americans. He represents everything that we hate
What the
about
hell?
mass migration.
Uh,
And they're standing up and they're proudly standing behind it because that's their religion.
While we do not need our leaders to emulate, While we do not need our leaders to emulate the grace of Jesus, we yearn for an official who wears a cross to speak words that mirror Jesus' mercy and compassion. Instead of Pontius Pilate's fear. Oh my gosh. What the hell is this? He declared.
By the way, I think this guy also wore something that
Yeah, he did.
resembled like Jesus as a drag queen or
Oh
something,
my
or a
gosh. Jesus
transgender.
declared the truth will set you free. So God make every government official tell the truth that these detention centers have more in common with concentration camp. Bro. You're saying this during the Easter service? I wonder why.
Jesus was a drag queen.
I wonder why religion was dying for years. I wonder why. I wonder why that, church attendance went down the shitter. I wonder what happened. It's as if you stopped talking about the faith itself and you talked about what even is this? It's like a political rally. That's all it is.
That reminds me of that gay church in Houston I told you about.
Yeah, we went on stream on that. I remember that. We looked it up and there was like nothing about the actual religion.
What is it? The first Christian church in Katy,
Yeah.
Texas.
I think Redeemed Zoomer brought this up where it's like every time it's like the first church or whatever, it's always like the most liberal one or something. So
First blank church, I guess.
yeah. Whenever it says the first church, it's usually the most liberal because like mainline stuff. Cake up for 5 Dems. He is the next Hitler, evil, World War III. Trump, look at this duck so cute. I colored it blue because I've never seen a blue duck before. It's real.
The blue dog is a newsy symbol. Newsy.
Yeah.
Newsy.
Did anyone see the New Mexico Democrat judge resign after oh yeah. So there's a New Mexico Democrat judge that apparently he had TDA members in his house. Yeah. Yeah.
Who? What?
Look up, it's a certain gang, a real bad group of people. He had lived in his house.
Oh yeah, the Venezuelans.
Yeah. Intercontinental Ballistic Penguin for 2. What a great name. Let them do it. Maybe we get a supermajority midterm. Do what?
Who was the guy that had the TDA members in his house again?
It was a Democrat judge. It was a federal judge that had his house.
You know, are we gonna have to rewrite the Third Amendment to the Constitution? So where it's not just mandatory ordering of soldiers, we gotta
I don't
ban?
know. Yeah, federal agents are raiding homes of Democrat judges harboring. Holy shit. So it's apparently it's a bunch of Democrat judges. They have like a bunch of gay members at their house. What the hell? Wait, what? Wait, what?
Because honestly, I could see at some point some Democrat governor, like a lunatic Democrat governor, Kathy Hochul.
No, Phil Murphy literally admitted to it. We have
mandating that the citizens harbor illegal immigrants in their homes or something.
We might have to amend the Third Amendment. You might be right.
Yeah.
John, do you know any constitutional stuff if this is illegal to force people to like harbor immigrants to your house?
I mean, if we're going by the Fourth Amendment, not quartering. I mean, this is
quartering. The quartering is the Third Amendment. I think that's.
Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it right now. I got some news in the middle of the stream, but anyways, yeah, no, I mean, the country was founded on the premise that we wouldn't quarter foreign soldiers in our houses, and now they're like doing this. So I would consider it unconstitutional, I guess. I haven't been paying attention.
All right, Hendon Hooker for 2. Who's worse, Methodist, evangelicals, or Episcopal? Episcopals. I think Episcopals are the worst. That's my take. It's like pick your poison with that one.
So, if any Methodist that's part of the UMC communion is probably not going to be very good. They're needing to form a new communion. UMC is very corrupt and filled with LGBT stuff. Evangelicals can be good, but again, it's a wildly varying thing. You can't put them under one umbrella, really.
I guess that's fair.
And
yeah.
Episcopalians, if you want to go to a good Episcopalian church, you need to go to one from a TEC parish. If you want to look that up, TEC. You want to go to a continuing Anglican parish. Those are the best quality ones. There's still going to be some cringe stuff in the communion, but you'll at least be at a better church. So again, with all of your questions, who's worse? It just depends on who you're talking about, because these communions vary widely and like who's there. There are good Episcopalian churches. There are good evangelical churches. There are good Methodist churches, but you have to know where to avoid. And I tried to give you a list just now.
Let's see. Trump should send a warrant out for Boasberg's just for being annoying. I agree. Why not? All right. White House denies NPR report. Yeah, they're full of shit. The NPR's full of shit. Every time the NPR says anything, you can just say it's just fake news. You don't gotta say anything else other than it's bullshit. So, all right. Anyone got anything else to say? I think that's kind of it. All right. Hold up. We actually do got breaking news, everybody.
Yeah.
Trump will attend Pope Francis's funeral later this week. It is official according to
I
the
think
New
it's a
York
good
Post.
move.
Yeah, that was expected.
Yeah, it's expected.
I also
I guess Vance will too.
I guess Vance will too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Catholic. Rest in peace to the Pope. Obviously, sending prayers to all my great Catholic friends and mutuals and anybody who's listening to this that's Catholic. But there's also some other big news. Klaus Schwab resigned.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
You know what we haven't talked about, though? Kanye.
What did he do now?
I don't want to know. He
Check the tweet that I just sent.
stream.
I am not showing that on stream.
It's not appropriate. You'll get your channel. You'll get the stream taped back.
Yeah, guys. Listen, all I'm gonna say is, if that's a real thing, Kanye West. Oh my gosh, he's lost it. He's lost it for months now, but.
Reopen the asylums.
Yep. I agree. All right. This is a disgrace. How dare Trump attend the Pope's funeral? Yeah, now it's feel like, oh, Trump is doing this to scam.
Oh yeah, they had no issue when George Bush went to Pope John Paul II's funeral in 2005.
But it's different because I don't know.
Democracy.
All right. Let's see. Yep. Trump already said that he has confidence in Pete Hegseth. Yeah, NPR is just full of shit. It doesn't make any sense. Like, Trump is known for, like, if he's gonna fire somebody, he's gonna make a big deal about it. He doesn't say, oh, he's doing a great job, we're gonna keep him around. Like, no, that's not Trump. He's just saying, you fucking suck, get out of here.
Also, flags right half mast for the Pope. I'm not sure how long exactly that's gonna
I'm
be the
guessing
case.
for a week. Maybe a bit shorter, maybe a couple days, but we'll see.
Yeah, either only for today or maybe till the funeral.
All right. Judge rules that Trump must not attend Pope Francis' funeral because of democracy. That's real. Cherokee Bear for 2. Eating my popcorn to hear what Joe Walsh says. Oh yeah, what did Joe Walsh say now? Joe Walsh.
Something, Trump democracy. I don't know. Also, Boston Nationalist says Kemp might not run. According to, like, allies of Kemp. I don't know what the hell.
That. All right. Hey, Rep, can you give some insight on Tony Evers raising taxes for the next 400 years? Yeah, that was a big issue that happened. So basically, the Supreme Court of Wisconsin said that Tony Evers' partial veto a couple years ago, which, again, the partial veto is a good thing, but what Evers did was he partially took out a part of the bill, and he made it where for the next 400 years, taxes are going to go up on every Wisconsin resident. And the Supreme Court said that was legal. The state legislature never voted on it. He just said, oh, we agree. Oh, that's what it said, actually. So. Bailey Spangler for 5. I just looked up that church, and they literally host drag bingo nights. As a Floridian, I can confirm that St. Petersburg is fairly liberal. Yeah, every time it's the first church or whatever, it's always liberal. If it says Methodist, there's some good Methodists out there, but yeah, good luck. All right. If anyone got any more super chats, last calls for them. Last calls for super chats, everybody. Anyone else got anything to say before we end? Because we kind of went over everything, I think. Surely we went over everything.
It's probably not going to happen, but Robert's here for Pope.
I will see. I mean, it's entirely possible. We shall see. Brian Kemp announced his bid for the Senate seat. I don't know. Wait, what? Eric Daughtry. Wait, what? I don't believe that. Yeah, that's fake news.
I'm hearing mixed reports about Brian Kemp. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think Kemp runs, but I don't know if he wants to, but I think he knows he has to.
All right, everybody, I think it's time to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Anything else anyone got to say? Anything else?
I don't know what the sources are about Kemp. I think Boston Nationalist is saying Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
But hopefully he runs.
All right. Godspeed to all of you.